So what we're going to do now is we're going to put some fillers into her face. If you look at her, what we're going to try to do is she's a little bit gaunt here, and we're going to put some here, and if we have enough, we'll put a little bit into her lips too. Okay? So just from an anatomical standpoint, what I like to try to point out is, you know, if you look at youthful features, youthful looks, all youthful people really have good cheeks, because what the cheeks does, and it's really that cheek eyelid junction right here, and when you have full cheeks, it makes your eyelid itself actually look shorter, and it actually plumps up your skin, so it makes your eyes look more youthful, and so it's kind of a cascading type effect. And as you get older, what happens is you start losing fat right here, and what fat you have begins to fall. And so this looks gaunt, and then this begins to fall, and that just looks older. So if you just do that by itself, that really looks pretty youthful. I think what a lot of other doctors do that don't do this a lot is they just inject through here, and that's kind of wrong, because all that does is make you look plump right in that line, and it doesn't look quite natural. The other thing that we're going to do is put a little bit of filler right into her jowl area, and it's kind of almost like an artificial facelift, in the sense that as we get older, things begin to fall this way, and so when we just plump this triangle up a little bit, it fills that, and so you don't see this jowl as much, and that again looks a little bit more youthful. And I'm not sure if we're going to have enough material, but if we have enough, we're going to try to augment her lips a little bit too. Okay? So we've already, Angie, I need can you get me 2 Volumas? So we've already numbed her up. I do all of this under numbing because I don't want her flinching, because if she flinches and is uncomfortable, that makes me not do as good a job. So I want her to be as comfortable as possible. And so basically, I've already numbed her up through 4 shots, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here, and those were relatively not painful, and so that will allow me to just put the material where I want it to. So what we're going to do is we're going to stick a needle right here. What we're going to do is use a material called Voluma. Voluma lasts for about 2 years, as opposed to its cousin, which lasts for Juvederm, which lasts for about 1 year. And so we're going to do Voluma. It's going to go through a needle right here, and through that needle we're going to make a little fan that goes up this way, and it's going to plump up this, basically this little triangle right there. Okay, so you ready?
Yes.
So eyes closed, chin up, right there, good. So I'm feeling for the bone that's right along her eye. And you can see, and we're just plumping up that area. Okay, so we just plumped this up. Okay, so you can see as I'm injecting that this area just gets a little bit plumper. And then, you know, you can see this side compared to the other side. I do think that it looks more youthful just by doing this one spot. And this line here, which is a line that a lot of people complain about, I don't even have to do much there, because when you plump this up, it pulls all of this up, and that's going to look better too. So you guys can see the difference?
Oh yeah. That looks amazing.
Okay, so I'm just going to put a dot. I'm just going to put a dot in this corner here. Not much. Okay. And then, so we're done with that cheek. And you can see that cheek compared to this cheek looks pretty good.
This side maybe we can see better when he does this one. Wow.
Okay.
Wow, that
Okay,
is
so now we're going to put it down here. And so she's already numb down here, hopefully.
Oh, yeah. I know.
Okay, so you can see it as I do it, it plumps up dramatically. And then I'm going to put more right here where that gel was. That looks pretty good. Okay, so you can see that side to that side.
Lift her head up.
Yes. I mean, that is just amazing. It's beautiful.
So,
Wow. Look at those cheeks. And that was one syringe.
that was one syringe. Okay, so this is the second syringe. And again, this is Voluma.
That's crazy.
Okay. Are you hurting at all?
Mm-mm.
Again, I'm just trying to recreate that little triangle around her cheek and that eyelid junction. Okay, and a little bit more on that eyelid junction. And you can see when I do that, her eyelids just start looking better. It's not really for the cheek, even though you're putting it in the cheek. It's really for her eyelids, and the eyelids look better. And if the eyelids look better, everything looks better.
Wow.
Okay, so turn this way. Okay, so we're going to put it down here again. Okay, try to put it in this fold. Okay, and we can put it in that little notch, that gel notch. And you can see when I do that, it evens all of this out. So it's almost like an artificial facelift. It still doesn't do as good as a facelift, but see that? Okay, with the remainder, we're going to do that same thing that we did for the upper lip. So remember, when you put it actually up here, instead of where most people put it, which is in the lip, when you put it up here, it actually turns, you need fullness up here. Look at any young person, your children, it's always full up here. They always have natural columns. And so when we get older, we lose all of that, and that's why your lip starts falling.
Yeah.
So we're going to put it right here, and it's not even in the lip itself. That hurt?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So look at her upper lip. It's fuller, and we didn't even put anything in her upper lip. Right? Okay. So we're going to do some in your lip itself. Okay, so you can see that looks dramatically different, correct? Okay, so nothing even went in her lip yet. Okay.
Everything's lifting.
Okay, so now we're going to put, now we change materials. So with lips you have to use Juvederm. So we're going to do Juvederm. And what we're going to do is try to do this outline of this, what we call the vermilion border. That vermilion border is this little cupid here. Okay? And again, we're still not putting anything in the lip. Okay. We're going to do the same thing for this side.